Ever crossed a bridge and thought, no big deal, just a few steps from here to there? Think again. Some bridges don't just connect 2 points. They test your nerves, flirt with gravity, and make you question every life decision that led you to them. From rotting wooden planks swinging over canyons to icy death traps wrapped in fog, these aren't crossings, they're dares. Would you step foot on a bridge held together by ropes older than your grandparents? Or drive across one where a single wrong turn means a 100-foot drop? Stick around, because the world's most dangerous bridges aren't just feats of engineering, they're survival stories waiting to be told. And by the end, you might find yourself asking, is it still just a bridge or a brush with destiny? Let us know which one you would actually dare to cross. Leaving behind the jungle whispers of Ghana, we now rise above the clouds to one of the world's most surreal engineering wonders, Malaysia's Langkawi Sky Bridge. Perched more than 2,000 feet above sea level and stretching gracefully across the peaks like a ribbon in the sky, this isn't just a bridge. It's a balancing act between genius and gravity. Built piece by piece using helicopters, it hangs suspended over a sea of green and mist, like something out of a dream or a daredevil's fantasy. Take a step onto its curved spine, and suddenly, the view hits you. Mountain ridges stretch out endlessly. The ocean glimmers in the distance, and beneath your feet, nothing but air and adrenaline. The wind teases the structure, causing the bridge to gently sway. And for a moment, it feels like the mountain is breathing. It's beautiful, yes, but it also reminds you just how high you are and how fragile everything suddenly feels. So ask yourself, would you keep walking, heart pounding, palms sweaty, soaking in the view, or would you freeze, caught between the thrill of flight and the fear of falling? Just when you think no bridge could be more nerve-wracking, along comes a Hosseini hanging bridge in Pakistan. A chaotic masterpiece of ropes and wooden planks that looks more like a dare than a crossing. Gaps between steps, no real handrails. And below, the icy, fast-flowing waters of Lake Boret, waiting to catch anyone who slips. It's not just sketchy, it's legendary. Locals use it like it's nothing, but for travelers, it's a bucket list badge of courage. Would you take that first shaky step? But hold on, we're trading planks for pavement and heading straight to the open sea. The 7-mile bridge in Florida might seem like a peaceful drive through paradise until the weather flips. On a clear day, it's heaven. Ocean breeze in your hair, sun on your face, and nothing but blue stretching in every direction. It feels like you're driving straight into the horizon. But when hurricane season hits, it's a whole different story. That calm turns to chaos. The wind screams. Waves slam against the pillars. And the bridge, solid as it seems, trembles like it remembers the old one, the original 7-mile bridge, swallowed by a storm decades ago. It's beautiful, it's brutal, and it dares you to trust it. So, peaceful cruise or storm-chasing thrill ride? What's your kind of adventure? Just when you think you've seen it all, bam, the Langkawi Sky Bridge shows up like a scene straight out of a dream. Perched over 2,000 feet above sea level on Malaysia's Pulau Langkawi Island, this jaw-dropping curve of steel doesn't just connect mountain peaks. It connects reality with fantasy. You reach it after a heart-racing cable car ride that feels more like a flight, and then, there it is, a 410-foot ribbon of walkway dangling in the clouds, with nothing but mist, jungle, and ocean in every direction. 1 minute you're soaking in the view like you're standing in paradise, and the next your knees? Yeah, they're having a full-blown existential crisis. The bridge sways, the wind whispers doubts, and your grip on the railing tightens. But you keep walking, because this isn't just a bridge, it's a walk through wonder. So tell me, would you float between 2 mountain peaks for this once-in-a-lifetime view, or turn back and miss the magic? Imagine standing on a bridge so high. The people below look like ants, and the river? Just a silver thread, winding through a canyon carved by time itself. That's the Royal Gorge Bridge in Colorado. At 955 feet above the Arkansas River, this isn't just one of America's tallest suspension bridges. It's a full-blown adrenaline check. The granite cliffs loom on either side like ancient guardians, and as you step out onto the wooden planks, there's only one thought in your mind. What if this thing moves? Spoiler alert, it does. The wind whips through the gorge like it's trying to knock you off balance, and the bridge sways just enough to make your legs question your choices. But here's the wild part, it's perfectly safe. Built tough. Still, no amount of engineering can prepare you for the feeling of being suspended between sky and stone. Would you dare to look straight down? Now, if you think that's intense, wait till you meet its colder, meaner cousin, the Titlis Cliff Walk in Switzerland. Perched 10,000 feet above sea level, this icy tightrope is only 3 feet wide and clings to a frozen cliff like it's holding on for dear life. Snow whirls. The wind bites. And beneath your boots, a metal grate with a clear shot into the alpine abyss. It's not just a bridge. It's a dare wrapped in frost. Every step tests your nerve. But here's the twist. It's beautiful. Hauntingly beautiful. It's the kind of place where fear and wonder hold hands. So, which would you rather face? Howling winds in Colorado or frozen cliffs in the Swiss Alps? Drop your pick in the comments if your hands aren't still shaking. After braving the ghostly mist of Deception Pass, we head deep into the heart of Louisiana, where the road doesn't just cross water, it lives on it. Meet the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway, the longest overwater bridge on Earth, stretching an unbelievable 23.8 miles. Yeah, you heard that right. 23 miles of nothing but straight road and endless water. On a calm day, it's surreal. Like you're floating on a ribbon of highway in the middle of a massive blue mirror. No land in sight. Just sky above, lake below, and you driving into the horizon. Peaceful, right? But when hurricane season hits, that serenity shatters fast. The lake roars to life. Waves slam the pillars, and the bridge feels like it's battling the sea itself. It's a front row seat to nature's fury, and there's nowhere to pull over. You're just out there, hoping the storm lets you through. So, what's more nerve-wracking? Crossing a shaky rope bridge over a river, or being stranded on a 23-mile road with a hurricane on your heels? Leaving behind the stormy showdown of Lake Pontchartrain, we now dive straight into the emerald heart of West Africa, where the danger isn't in waves or wind, but in the silence between the trees. Welcome to the Canopy Walk in Ghana's Kakum rainforest. Here, the thrill comes not from speed, but from stillness. Suspended 130 feet above the jungle floor, this walkway isn't some high-tech marvel. It's ropes, wooden planks, and a bit of aluminum, swaying gently as you tiptoe across the treetops. No guardrails, just nets, and that creeping sense that one wrong move might introduce you to the jungle floor in a way you didn't plan. The air is thick with moisture. Birds echo in the distance, and every step feels like a heartbeat. Look down, and it's a vertical sea of green. Ancient, endless, alive. This isn't just a walk. It's a conversation with nature. Quiet, humbling, maybe even a little terrifying. So, if you're scared of heights, ask yourself this. Would you trust a few ropes and planks to carry you through the clouds of a rainforest? Or would you freeze mid-step, caught between beauty and fear? Leaving behind the icy challenge of Mount Titlis, we plunge into the brutal wilderness of Siberia, where the Vitam River bridge waits like a forgotten relic of survival. Imagine a narrow wooden path, just 6 feet wide, built from weathered, shaky planks that creak and shift under every step. No sturdy rails here to hold on to, just the cold air and the rushing Vitam River, roaring 50 feet beneath you like a wild beast. Crossing this bridge isn't just about getting from one side to the other. It's a pulse-pounding reminder of Siberia's raw, unforgiving power. One wrong move, and the icy river might just swallow you whole. So, would you dare to take that first step, knowing how fragile your footing really is? Or would the sheer wildness of this place freeze you in place, heart racing with every snap of wood beneath your feet? Leaving behind the raw power of the 7-mile bridge, we head into something quieter, but far more haunting. Welcome to the Deception Pass Bridge in Washington State. At first glance, it's a scenic masterpiece. 2 slender spans arching 180 feet above swirling waters, connecting the islands of Hidalgo and Whidbey like a silver thread through the wild. But don't let the beauty fool you. There's something off when the fog creeps in, and it often does. The entire bridge vanishes into mist, swallowed by silence and shadow. 1 second you're driving through a postcard. The next you're in what feels like a ghost story. The wind whistles. The water churns far below. And suddenly, the name makes perfect sense. Deception Pass, a bridge that lures you in with its elegance, then dares you to keep going when everything around you disappears. So, what would you do? Slow down, or speed up and hope the other side appears before the fog does? Leaving behind a rickety Siberian bridge, we now find ourselves under the blazing Florida sun, standing before the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, a stunning stretch of engineering that feels like a golden ribbon laid gently over the deep blue waters of Tampa Bay. Spanning more than 4 miles, it connects St. Petersburg to Terracea, and when the sunlight is just right, it almost looks too perfect to be real, like nature and human craft joined in a breathtaking dance. But don't let the beauty fool you. Beneath its shimmering surface lies a haunting story. In 1980, tragedy struck when a freighter crashed into the old bridge, causing a catastrophic collapse that took 35 lives in an instant. Since then, the bridge has sadly become known for another sorrow. Over 200 people have chosen it as their final moment, casting a shadow over this symbol of Florida's glory. So, next time you see the Sunshine Skyway sparkling in the sun, remember, it's a place where breathtaking views and heartbreaking memories collide. What do you think? Can something so beautiful carry so much pain? Let me know in the comments. Leaving behind the heavy memories of the Sunshine Skyway, we jet over Japan's mind-blowing Oshima Ohashi Bridge, a structure so wild, it looks like a roller coaster escaped onto the road. This isn't your everyday bridge. With an insane incline of up to 6.1%, it shoots straight up and down like a giant ramp, daring your every instinct to stay calm. From afar, it almost feels unreal, a road slicing through the sky, defying gravity and common sense all at once. Crossing it is a heart-pounding thrill ride where your stomach drops and your eyes widen as you soar over the water below. Standing there, the sweeping views might take your breath away, but your racing heart reminds you this is no ordinary walk in the park. Oshima Ohashi isn't just a feat of engineering. It's a wild, adrenaline-fueled challenge that dares you to conquer it. Would you have the guts to drive across this sky-high beast? Drop your thoughts below. Let's talk about the craziest bridges you've ever seen. Bidding farewell to the floating dream of Langkawi, we now ascend into a world where the air is thin, the silence is deafening, and the cold bites straight through your bones. Welcome to the Mount Titlis Cliff Walk in Switzerland, Europe's highest suspension bridge, and possibly one of its most terrifying. At over 10,000 feet above sea level, this narrow strip of metal, barely 3 feet wide, stretches across a gap between 2 frozen mountain faces like a tightrope drawn by the gods. Every step creaks. Every gust of wind howls like a warning. Look down and you don't just see a drop. You see a bottomless void cloaked in swirling mist, like the mountain itself is hiding something ancient beneath the clouds. There's no faking bravery here. Just you, the snow, the steel, and the sense that nature is watching, waiting. So, do you grip the rail and keep going? Or does that first glance into the abyss freeze you in place, breath caught in your throat, wondering if you just walked into a beautiful nightmare? Leaving behind the Bridge of Legends, where nature's grandeur meets human genius, we arrive at the Millau Viaduct in France, a jaw-dropping masterpiece soaring taller than the Eiffel Tower itself at 1,114 feet. Imagine those towering pylons piercing the clouds like giant fingers reaching for the sky, a breathtaking dance between steel and mist. Crossing this colossal marvel feels like stepping into another dimension, where the scale of human achievement suddenly feels both awe-inspiring and humbling. As you drive over the vast abyss below, your heart races with a wild mix of thrill and unease, like walking a tightrope between earth and sky. Every gust of wind, every cloud drifting past, pulses through you, turning a simple crossing into an unforgettable rush. The Millau Viaduct isn't just steel and concrete. It's a soaring symbol of human perseverance, a daring leap beyond what we thought possible. Would you dare to take this sky-high journey? Let me know what you think in the comments.